Hello, good evening. It is 7:30 on a Sunday night, and you know what that means? That means it's time to get crafty. Hooray! I'm going to be doing something super, super, super simple tonight, and I think because it's so simple, we'll be making multiple cards, and I just think it'll be fun to relax and enjoy that process. So I hope everyone is going to stick around and watch me make them. I'm going to need my glasses on. Because otherwise I can't read your comments. How are we? How is everyone tonight? I know. When are you off, Monique? Are you leaving very shortly, like tomorrow or next week or something? Because I know you're going on a cruise, right? Norway cruise. And yes, it's going to be cold. I've been looking at all my clothes and thinking I don't have enough warm clothes. I just don't. We are very lucky. We have nice weather, but for us, cold is not what everyone else thinks is cold. I've got my Ugg boots on tonight, and you know that when I've got my Ugg boots on, that it is cold, or I'm feeling the cold. So, yeah, 13 degrees today. It wasn't much different to that up here in New South Wales. Slightly warmer. I think it maybe got up to 15 at its warmest, but it's not now. Hello, Ellen. Hi, nice to see you. Hey, Leslie. Hey, Margaret. How is everyone? Hi, Lynn. Oh, all the Margarets are here, I think. Well, at least two of them are, I think. I haven't seen the third Margaret yet, but she's maybe here. She could be lurking and just not commenting. So I hope you're all well, whether your name is Margaret or your name is something else. Okay, hiya there, Cindy. How are you? Yes, definitely cold. Had the Uggies on today. And that means it's definitely getting close to winter. I've got this theory that it usually gets cold the first rain in May, and it rained yesterday, it rained last night and this morning, and so here it is. Here's the cold weather. So there we go. Except if you live in Darwin. If you live in Darwin like Lynn, it's probably not very cold at all. Or far north Queensland. Is Cherie here tonight? Okay, shall we get going? I'm going to show you, first of all, I'm going to switch over to the desk, and tonight I'm going to remember to move my camera into place before I switch over and you get to see what's at the back of all the stuff that I pushed aside. Did anyone see on my VIP page, I put a little quote that says basically that every woman who photographs something in her craft room is pushed everything out of the way for that to happen. Hi, Salvega. Just that reminds me, Solvega, I have your paper, and I'll see you probably tomorrow, but I also am almost finished sending out I've almost finished, what shall we say, packaging up for the mail the craft along supply packs for next weekend's craft along. So next Saturday afternoon at 2 p.m. Sydney time, I'll be going live with a beautiful project for us to all make together. And the people who ordered with me last month get themselves a supply pack to make that project with me this month. So that is going in tomorrow's post so that everyone will have it before the end of the week, ready for the live video. Solvega, you can pick yours up when you come by if you like. That'll save me one lot of postage. Woohoo! So that'd be awesome. Hey there, Joan. How are you? It's not cold. No, I bet it isn't, Lynn. That makes me almost want. I've never been to the Northern Territory, and it makes me want to go a lot because I don't really like cold weather. But I'm managing cold weather as I get older. I'm managing cold weather better than I used to when I was really good at managing the heat when I was younger, and that's sort of switching around. I'm managing colder weather better now than the warm weather. So I guess that's what happens as we get older and our hormones change. No, I didn't watch the project. It was sad. We don't want sad tonight. Oh, okay. Oh, to do with MasterChef. All right. Yeah, that is sad. That is very sad. Hey, Rose from Hobart. Nice to see you. I bet you're all sitting in front of a nice warm air conditioner or heater or something down there. How hot is it? Sorry, how cold is it in Hobart? I'd love to know. All right, I want to show you. I'm going to switch this over. Oh, my phone. The phone picture has gone. Hang on a second. Let me just see what's going on there. I don't know why, because the camera switched off. Why did it do that? I don't know why it did that, but it did. All right, let me try again. At least we got it sorted before I switched over, hey? Now, can everyone see that okay? You can all see the desk, and it's kind of it's reasonably straight, so that's good. I don't like crooked. All right, I want to show you what happened to the card we made on Friday night. Does anyone remember I put that big blob of ink with my finger just as I was about to finish the card? And what I did was, on your advice, as many of you said, another spool, I added another spool, and I added one in the Moody Mauve, and I think it looked really, really cute. So this is how the card turned out on Friday night. Some of you may have seen it. I posted it yesterday on my Instagram and Facebook page. But yeah, it was nice that it actually ended up I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. I do have a little blob of, I've got to get my adhesive remover and get rid of this bit of glue that's just here. But other than that, I'm pretty happy with it. So there you go. The spool worked out really well, and it looks really good, like it's toppling over, which is, you know, pretty typical of my desk, really. So there you go. Other cards I've been working on, I've been playing around with the Fresh as a Daisy set because that's my craft along. Next weekend we're doing an online class with the Fresh as a Daisy set. So we'll be making a card live together, and all the people that ordered last month will get the supplies to make that, but also they will also receive all the tutorials to make the other cards in the class. Now, if you didn't order last month, or if you're not in my team, you can actually purchase those. So, and there'll be a blog post with all the details, but generally I charge the same price for these each month, and they're $15. So I hope that you guys have been enjoying those. Last month we did, what did we do last month? Oh, embossing folder techniques, and I did an online class with that, and that is also available for purchase on my blog. Okay, and I'm going to pop the blog while I think about it. I'm going to pop it on the screen right now so you can see it. That's it, lhiggins.blogspot.com. You go there and you get a few choices. You can sign up for my newsletter there, which has got lots of useful information. You can purchase the tutorials from every month. I do a different online class, so you can purchase all of those, or there's lots of other things to look, and there's years and years and years and years and years worth of projects of beautiful things that I've made along the way, and links to videos and all that kind of stuff. So you may find that really useful. I'll just move it off the screen so it's not in our way. All right, I'm going to move this up a little bit. Let's see how we go. I think that's better. That's better. Yes. All right. So what I wanted to show you tonight, and we're going to make this really super simple. Okay. I think you'll like it. This is our Fresh as a Daisy DSP. Okay. And I've been showcasing this paper. We've been doing lots of different cards with it and different things. And I really like it. Actually, I didn't think I would like it as much as I do. And that's my honest opinion. When I first saw it, I thought, oh, it's very busy, too many colors. I don't know about that. I usually prefer fewer colors in a designer series paper, and it has got a lot of colors. All the colors are listed on the back here. Azure Afternoon, that's a new color. Does everyone know what color that is? It's kind of, where is it? Let me find it. Here it is. It's in the brights, and it's this blue. So it's a very bright blue. And I had someone say to me the other day, oh, it looks just like boho blue. No, it's completely different. It is totally different. And when you put the cardstock together, you really get a feel for how different they are. So it's quite bright, and it's in our brights. Okay, so this color's in the package. Then boho blue, which I just showed you. Bubble bath, which is a really pale pink. Cajun Craze, you all know how much I love that. Copper Clay, which is a new color. Crushed Curry, Early Espresso, Garden Green, Lemon Lolly, Moody Mauve, Pebble Path, Pretty Peacock, and Wild Wheat. That's a lot of colors, okay? Now, in the catalogue, when you go looking for these things, here it is, it gives you like the colors in the paper here, and as you'll see, it's put some colors, but not nearly as many colors as there actually are, okay? So that is because, you know, it would look silly if they put, you know, rows and rows of colors of what's in here, but they put the main colors, and you'll notice that the main colors are Copper Clay, Wild Wheat. I'm going to skip this one. Boho Blue, Moody Mauve, and Pebble Puff. Those are our 5 new in colors, okay? And that was one reason why I decided to buy the paper. I wasn't sure about the designs, but I thought at least helps me showcase the new colors. And then you can see it's got pretty peacock in there as well. And then those other colors that I just mentioned as well. Okay, so you used it in your class today, Roseanne? Well, that's awesome. It's a really nice, I think it's a very easy set to use. I find some sets you buy them because they're pretty or whatever, and then you find, well, what am I going to do with this? I'm not really sure of what all the uses are. This is not ever going to run out. You'll never run out of ideas with this set. It's super easy to use. 7 degrees. Oh my goodness, Elizabeth, that's too cold. Too cold. Yeah, I like the blue too, Monique. It's beautiful. Yes, I know. All the daisy sets make me happy. But maybe I'll do my best, Cindy. Maybe I'll be able to convince you. So in the different papers in here, we've got a smattering of all these colors plus the other colors I mentioned before. It's slowly growing on you, Colleen. Like I said, this was not my favorite either when I first saw it. I liked the daisies and I liked the dies, but I wasn't sure about the paper. I have come around to really, really liking it now. So you like the white flowers on the bubble bath. That's nice, isn't it? It's bubble bath is this pink that's on the cover here. All right, this is the pink that they're using, and it's called bubble bath. Very, very we kind of needed a really pale, true pink. Petal pink's a bit apricot-y. Blushing Pride used to be a little bit of a dirty pink, and now we actually have what I would call a true pink. So I think we did need that. Oh, you lost it. Oh, but you found it. Oh, yeah, sometimes things go missing and then they turn up at the weirdest times, right? All right, so I'm going to make today, you know what we're going to do with this? I'm going to show you all the paper very quickly, but then I'm going to come back and I'm going to do something that you've seen me do before, but I'm going to do it a little bit differently. So there's colors on the back. So even if you don't like one side, like I looked at this and thought, oh, that's really busy. But on the back, okay, we've got like your toned down paper that's a really good complement to the other side. This one to me looks like it needs some bees or something like that. I'm sure we could do some bees with our bee punch, couldn't we? Or ladybug punch turned into a bee. I think that'd be nice. And then this one has the copper clay in the background, the pretty peacock and the leaves. You've got a little bit of lemon lolly and crushed curry in the middle there. And this one, here's a card I did the other day with this. Okay, I really, really like this card. I think it's a really nice card. It turned out really lovely, and that's using this paper. And look, guys, I used a vellum circle. Who would have thought, right? No one ever saw me do that before. On the back, it's got the pretty peacock, and I'm thinking, what is the green? Is that, which green is that? What does it say on the back? Garden green is on the back. I don't know. It doesn't look like garden green to me. But anyway, there's a green in there. And then this one is probably one of the ones I've used the most. You've seen me use this quite a bit. All right. On the back, we've got some wild wheat painty kind of a look, which is rather pretty. Even if you don't like wild wheat, I like the texture in this. This one I've used. This is the one that I'm using. I used it the other week when we made the Susan's fun fold card, the springboard fun fold card. I use this paper. I'm also using this paper in my craft along next week. So if those of you who've got that coming, you're going to have that coming your way. On the back, we've got some copper clay. And then we've got more. Once again, this to me looks like it needs bees. And on the back, we've just got some beautiful like watercolor wash kind of look. Or maybe it's acrylic. I don't know. Is it more acrylic or is it watercolor wash? Whatever. It looks like it's painted. So, hi there, Vicky. Nice to see you there. Okay. Oh, thanks, Shirley. That's awesome. So what I'm going to do, this is a brand new pack. I'm actually going to do a one sheet wonder, and we're going to use this piece of paper. All right, because does everybody know what a one sheet wonder is? Okay, there are a number of ways to do a one sheet wonder. Now, if anyone is interested, the global Stampin' Video Hop, I'm a member of that group, and we do a video every month and hop from one video to the next. So when you watch a video, you go down into the description below the video, and there's the link to the next video, and you click on that, and then you go to the next video, and so on. Okay, and there's maybe 10 to 12 of us in any given month that do this usually, and what we did last month was one sheet wonders, and the cool thing was everybody did it in a different way. There was so many different ideas. Now the way I like to do one sheet wonders is I like to create a template. Okay, it's just, does everyone know what I'm talking about? I might have one handy. Let's see if my template is handy. Oh, maybe it isn't. That's okay. I didn't think of that before I started, but it was a template I made for 6x6 paper, how to cut your 6x6 DSP up into pieces to make 4 cards from one piece of 6x6. Okay, now obviously we've got a lot more choices here, and the design of the DSP has already, it's already been done. This is a one sheet wonder that's ready to go. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut it up. Okay. Hi there, Jennifer. Nice to see you. The sweet has grown on you. Yeah, I know. I wasn't sure about it either. That's how I felt. I like the stamps and the dies, like I said, but wasn't sure about the paper. But now I'm starting to really love it. All right, so what I'm doing is I'm cutting this into, just putting the cut line straight down the middle of my trimmer, and I'm cutting all these pieces up. Okay, and we're going to make a bunch of cards. I don't know how many we'll end up making because I'm not sure how we're going to go for time, but I think we should be able to have a lot of fun with this. So, and it doesn't necessarily mean that I'm going to use one per card. Some of these might need to be cut down further. We'll see. That's really pretty. Isn't that pretty? That's the white flowers. I think, Amanda, you were talking about the white flowers on the bubble bath. Is that the ones you meant? It's really nice. That lovely light pink. It's beautiful. All right, so let's see. We've got a few more here to go. And how many cards do you reckon we can make in the space of an hour or so? Now, I did use this piece. See this pink? Oh, sorry, I cut myself with a bread knife this morning. That was silly, and that's I've just got the Band-Aid on there so I don't bleed all over everything because I keep opening it up again. I'm just going to take that little tiny slither off there, and then we've got this piece. So I might start with a couple of the more solid pieces. I need to take a tiny sliver off that one. That worked really well though. All right, let's have a look and see. All right, so I've got a few here that probably need to be on a bigger card. And if they're not the right size for our card, that's okay. We will make them work, right? We'll make it happen. All right, so I'm going to grab a bunch of thick basic white, and I'm going to grab a few of these. We might make some cards that are different sizes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's start with 4 sheets. And I'm making this up as I go along because you guys know I love to do that, and you can help me make some decisions along the way. So I cut this at 4.8 or a smidgen more than 4.8. And that's exactly the size we need. And there we go. I've got 4 cards. And then I'm going to, actually, I'll just start with 4 at the moment, only because I might decide, like I said, to do different size cards. All right. Hi, Heather. Nice to see you. Hi, Nicole. How's WA? Is it cold over there too, or is it just us over here in the eastern states that are cold? You like the sweet too, Ellen? Yeah, it's got so much potential, and like I said, it's easy to use. So I'm starting with a piece of basic white that I've cut in half, and then I'm going to fold it in half again. Actually, I might do a couple of these. Maybe I'll just do one at a time. Right. And let's just start with, oh, I don't know. Let's start with this one. So obviously this one needs to go portrait, and you can see it almost fits our cardstock the right size. It's slightly a little bit more at the top and the bottom than it is on the sides. So I'm thinking I might just take a slither off. Let's see, how much is it? You know what? It's so close. And You know what? I'm going to cut it down a tiny bit. I'm going to cut it down to 9 because I want to make it a little bit more room around the edges. So I'm taking a little bit off each side. And then this way, it needs to be, actually, that's about right. 13.3. That sounds good to me. All right. So let's see how that's going. Now we could make this even, we could even make it smaller. The colors that are in here, we know that Copper Clay, Pebble Path, Pecan Pie, Early Espresso. I think the brown in here is probably Early Espresso. So let me grab that. I was talking to a friend the other day. I'm not sure if she's watching tonight, but she was saying the other day that she's never quite forgiven Stampin' Up for getting rid of chocolate chip in a previous color refresh. I actually found chocolate chip a little horsey for my taste. That might sound strange, but look, it was almost like a chestnut kind of a color, whereas I actually like Early Espresso much better. I tended to use Early Espresso in favor. So I'm putting this on a piece of Early Espresso as a mat, and I think we'll just use some seal to do this nice and quick. Tombo's good, but seal's even faster if you're in a hurry or you want to do things pretty quickly. And I'm going to put that on there, and we could put it on flat or we could put it on dimensional. So I think in this case I'll just pop it on flat. See how we go. I'm putting it up from the bottom a tiny bit. All right, and then we're going to add. We'll add a greeting or something to that. That we have a number of choices of things we could add. This is actually the greeting sentiment label from the same set, and that looks rather nice down the bottom there, doesn't it? So I can put it up or I can move it down a little. And the stamp set itself is called Cheerful Daisies. So this is the one that matches. So I have actually had a couple of people have ordered this whole suite. But the most popular suite for me this month so far has been the Countryside Inn suite. Countryside, all the blue paper with the corners, countryside corners. That's the one that seems to be most popular so far with my customers. Has anyone got a favorite? Okay, that's your Early Espresso. I'm going to pop a couple of dimensionals behind that. Oh my gosh, it's too early in the night to lose. Have we not got Cherie again tonight? Cherie, are you here? See, this one is finished. I'm only using edges, but that'll do. I'll use the edges for now. Just pop that on there. Just like that. And you know, we could use some linen thread or something like that. We could use some bling. Actually, I think some bling would be a good idea. And I'm thinking probably in this case we could use Pebble Path, but I think the wild weed is going to stand out the most. So I'm going to pop some wild wheat bling here and there. And a little guy up the top here. There we go. So that's kind of one done. I haven't decided yet whether I'll add, we might add some ribbon or twine, but we'll see. Oh, that'll be good, Leslie, to have that in your hot little hands. Okay, that's one. Now this one's really nice, but I'm thinking I could either put it on a square card or we can, because it looks good with this. Don't you think those two look nice together? They were together on the paper before I cut it up, and I thought those look rather good together. So let me see if I was to put that one here I might need to cut it down ever so slightly, and we'll cut this one down slightly as well. But I'll cut this one. This one's closer to the top. There's not as much going on down the bottom, so I'm going to cut it off down the bottom. I'm going to cut it at, I'm thinking, 9.5. I could just put it straight on. Deciding. Let's start at 10. But if I wanted to, I could put another piece underneath, or we can just put it straight onto the white. Look, let's just go quick and easy, and I'm going to go straight onto the white. I am going to cut this down a little bit more though. I'm going to cut it down to 9.5. Yeah, I think it's better. And then this is going to be how much? Probably about 4 centimeters. Let's start, if it's going to be 4 centimeters, it's starting at 7. So we'll try 4. Actually, I'm going to try 4.5 because I can always cut it down. I think that's going to be too much though. Yeah, it is. So let's try 4. Oh, that's not good, Leslie. I don't like hearing sad news. Right, this has got to be 9.5 as well because that's what the other one was. And it's still a little bit too wide, so I'm going to go bring it down to 3.5. So I'm coming down 0.5 centimeter at a time until I get the right amount. Could I have measured it? Sure, I could have. Did I want to do that? No, not really. All right, so that's how this one's going to go on. And then I'm going to, I could put a vellum circle on if no one's going to object to that. Or I've got my little box of leftovers and I might go through that and then we might decide what. So maybe what we'll do, I did put it already on that one, but maybe what we'll do is we'll put them all together and then we'll at the end go through the box and see what sentiments I've got, what labels I've got handy to use. I think that might be a good idea. Hang on a second. Try and get that in the right spot. Oh, it's a little bit crooked. Not happy. Not happy, Jan. Anyone see on the VIP page I put up recently? It was a classic Australian advert, and of course the Not Happy Jan advertisement is my all-time favourite. Still think that's funny every time I watch it. The look on Jan's face as she's running down the street or running down the stairs. That's pretty funny to me. Poor Jan. She really didn't know what she was doing. And it's funny because these days yellow pages are completely defunct, right? I wonder where Jan is now. Still running. All right, so now we have our pieces in place. I'm going to put that aside. I'm going to come back and we'll work out what we're going to do with it. Okay, next. So basically we're making a bunch of different cards, super, super quick and easy. All right, I do have something to announce tonight. You guys ready for a fun announcement? Who wants to know what my fun announcement is? All right, so do I want more of the blue? I think I do. So I'm thinking I'm going to cut this one down as well to 9.5. It's going to take a bit of the yellow off the bottom by doing that. You still say happy, not happy, Jan? All right, my fun announcement. What is all that about? Some of you, if you don't already know, well then you will know, I guess, is I'm off to Norway. And that sounds really weird to say because it's somewhere I thought I'd probably never go. I'm going to bring in all right, this is Azure Afternoon, which is the color blue that is in here. Isn't that beautiful? Do you think we should use this as a matte behind? Or do you think we should use something else, like maybe the wild wheat, because it would stand out more with so much blue showing? Which way will we go? All right, so the announcement is I've decided to run a promotion while I'm away. Some of you may know, I'm going to tell you really honestly, last year I went overseas. So this is what it would look like on the wild wheat. All right, so it would look like this. Which actually looks quite nice. But then, you know, or do we put it on the blue? What do we think? Do we like the blue? Okay, first one. Margaret said wheat. Okay. Oh, I like it too, Donna. That was a fun ad, wasn't it? That was a fun series of ads. Rhonda and Katut. Loved it. All right, so I think I said 9.5, didn't I? Let's see, 9.5, and then this way, let's see what this one is. 13.3. So I need this to be 13.8, 5 millimeters or half a centimeter bigger, and this way is going to be 10. Does that look right? I don't know. Let's see if that's right. Look, I think I made it. Oh no, that's right. All right, that's how it's looking. And then on here, that's going to go, there's a little bit more room at the sides, but I don't think I'm particularly worried about that. Nah, you know what, I am particularly worried about that. I'm going to cut it down another half a centimeter. So I'm going to come back to 9 here. And I'm going to go 9.5 here. All right, let's pop this on. Yeah, like a sunrise. That's right. You're beautiful, Rhonda, like a sunrise. And they were so popular, those ads, that they made it into a bit of a love story. And, you know, it wasn't a one-off. It became, there was more of them. All right. Let's see. Okay, that's better. I'm much happier with that. All right, I'm going to stick it straight on. I'm doing a lot of sticking down tonight. And so far we've got 3 cards. All right. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Can you see why this is fun paper? I think it's awesome. And then we're going to do some other fun things with it. Now, I'm thinking this one, maybe we'll do something a little different. I have got, let me grab it. I've got some boho blue here because that's really rather nice. We could also, the copper clay is also really nice. I'm going to pull both of those out. But I'm actually thinking I'm going to go with the blue because I'm a blue girl. And I'm actually going to cut this one down significantly. So I'm going to make this 12.5. Actually, which way will I go? Yeah, 12.5. And I want to go this way, 8.5. And so I'm going to cut this down to 12. No. 8. Silly Billy. And probably should have actually done, let me see. So that's 12. Let's see. So if I make this, if I did 3, I'm just sort of thinking out loud to myself here. I'm going to make it into strips, 3.5. 3.5. I probably should have done this a little differently, but that's okay. We'll make it work. And this one I'm going to, we may need to cut that blue bit down a little bit more, but that's okay. All right, that's what I'm going to do. All right, so let me stick these down. This is the next one. And I'm going to chop the end off the blue. And this one. Okay, so what I wanted to do was last year when I went away, some of you may know this story already. I went away and I don't know why. I don't really understand what happens because some of you would know this is my business and I rely on sales, obviously, to put food on the table and pay the bills and all this stuff, you know. And while I was away, I think because I was away, people were kind of like, well, Linda's away. I did actually ask a couple of people why people didn't order while I was away. And a couple of people said, well, we didn't want to bother you. And I'm like, it's never a bother, really. So this year, I've decided to encourage you all to order while I'm away because I have an online store. Okay, it's on my Facebook page, and also I put the link to it in the description below the YouTube video. Plus, I also have my blog. There's a link on my blog as well. And you certainly can order while I'm away. Just go into the online store and place your order. But what I wanted to let you know was that from now until I get back, which is around about, the day we actually get back is the 6th of June. Everyone who places an order of $50 or more with me will actually receive a inspiration bag from me. Now, my inspiration bag is something I'm putting together, and it's going to have a few fun little things in it. It's going to have a couple of probably 3 handmade cards that I've made myself, and I'm going to share them with you guys. And then as well as that, there will be a Norway souvenir and a small pack of embellishments. Okay, so there's going to be fun things in there for everybody who's placing an order. There you go. So this is our next one. Okay, so you're kind of getting the idea now, I think, that then we've got Pretty Peacock here. So let me grab a piece of Pretty Peacock paper. I just had some right here, like literally, oh, here it is, on the floor, fell down. So yeah, that's going to be my little incentive for the time that I'm away. And I've done mostly, well, how many? 1, 2, 3 landscape cards and 1 portrait card. So it might be time for a portrait card again. So let's make a 10 by 14.3 normal size cardstock, card front, I should say. And then this is rather nice. How pretty is this paper? That's really, really beautiful. I really think that's lovely. All right, I could have the whole thing covered, but I'm thinking maybe it might be nice to throw in, should we throw in another color? What's on the back? That's not the color I want to throw in there. Let me see if there's another one that I wanted to use. Probably not. None of those. Of course, it's all the same paper. Why am I looking at the other side of all these? Because it's the same. Silly me. Okay. But I feel like this might need some metallic, like some gold or something like that. Oh, you think the wheat, Colleen? That might be nice. We could add some wheat to that. All right, let's give that a try. So let's do, I'm going to start, this is 6.5 centimeters, and then I'll see if I need to cut it down because it's a little smaller than I would normally have. And I think around about an inch, which is what, how much is an inch? An inch is 2.5 centimeters roughly here is going to fit here. So I could use a piece of wheat and we could emboss it, or I could use a piece of wheat, which is the back of one of the other papers, which is the easier thing to do, to be honest. So let's have a quick look and see what we've got. I mean, it's kind of cheating to use another piece, but oh, it's the back of this one. There we go. The back of that one has the wheat. See, it's kind of got a gold look to it, hasn't it? It's rather pretty. And I wasn't sure. This is probably the color that I like the least in the pack or in the new colors. And yet I'm finding a lot of uses for it. The embellishments are beautiful. They look really, really gold. All right, let's see. How big is this one? This one is 13.4. So I'll make this one the same. So thank you, Colleen, for your suggestion. We did do that. I know, Pretty Peacock is gorgeous, isn't it? Thank you very much, Nicole. I am very, very fortunate, and I am obliged to say, every time we talk about the trip, I'm obliged to say that, and I feel really weird saying it, but we are supposed to say that less than 1% of demonstrators earn the trip. And I guess it's to do, get people to say that so that, you know, not everybody will join and think immediately that you're going to earn trips and such, because that's not necessarily the case. Okay, of course I did put that on slightly crooked. What is wrong with me tonight? Why am I putting things on crooked? Let me just move this. It doesn't really like being moved. Once it's down, it really wants to stay down. That's better. All right, let's... I'm just going to put that a little closer to the piece here. There we go. So that's rather nice. This doesn't look like gold. I think it looks very goldy. It's very nice. It does bring out the leaves. Thank you for that suggestion, Colleen. It was a good one. It's only when you look on the demonstrator's buying page. Sorry, I'm not sure what that referred to, Donna. Remind me. So sorry. We've obviously moved on in conversation from whatever that was in response to. I'm so sorry. All right, that's a good idea. That would be nice to cut it on the diagonal and then emboss a sentiment in the gap. I did do that with my last, do you remember when we did that previously? And you can do that with quite a small piece. That actually works with smaller pieces really, really well. We could still do that. And then we've also got some other little bits here. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with these ones. This one would be nice just on its own with something added. And this one, we could certainly do a little diagonal thingy, like what Cindy's talking about. Does everyone know what Cindy's talking about? I do. I know exactly what you mean. This is a very simple thing to do. When you've got a small piece of paper and you're thinking, how am I going to make this work on a card? All you do is you cut it on the diagonal, right, like that. You grab yourself another card base. And it doesn't really matter what size the card base is. It's like magic, actually. It's a really cool little thing. It works on a square. It works on a rectangle like this. It really doesn't matter. And it's a sneaky little way of a trick for using up paper. So we put that here. We put this here. And even though we started out with a much smaller piece, we can then stamp something in the middle and it would work. it just always works. Looks really, really good. Did everyone see that this little piece of paper here was the one that I used to put in the trimmer on this card that we did a couple of weeks ago? That's where this piece of paper came from. All right. I really like this. I'm thinking I'd like to do something with that, but maybe I'll do that later. Let's get these ones sorted right now. And do I want to put this on something? I do, you know. Let me grab a piece of, actually I think I want to grab a piece of Misty Moonlight paper if I have any. I've got to order some more because I've nearly used up all the Misty Moonlight that I got in my assorted pack. If you don't have Misty Moonlight, a really good alternative is Night of Navy. Night of Navy is kind of just like a darker kind of Misty Moonlight, really. All right. Well, wherever that big bit of Misty Moonlight was, wherever it went just before I started my video, it's not there now. So I'm going to grab a piece of Night of Navy. I'm going to buy some more Night of Navy. I'm almost out. This is one of my most used colours. Oh, I'm getting cold. All right. So when you're if you wanted to mat this, which is what I wanted to do, what you're smart to do is to actually, before you cut it on the diagonal, is to measure it first. So I want to know how much that axis is, and it is exactly 7 centimeters this way, and then this way it is 9.5. So what I want to do is I want to measure this piece to be 10 by 7.5. So it's half a centimeter bigger on each side. Because then when I cut this piece on the diagonal, it's going to perfectly be exactly the right size for a mat for the pieces that I cut earlier. Now, I think Misty Moonlight would have been a better choice, but I didn't have that handy. So, but can you see it just gives us a little mat? If you want a bigger mat, you could go up an extra size. You could. There we go. Looks good though. And that's going to give our card a little bit more, it's going to make it a stronger, bit more of a, I don't always like DSP straight onto cardstock. I like it to have a mat. Oh, try and get that in the right place. Sorry, I've got to bring my head in and get over it. All right. I've had a couple of beautiful cards sent to me in the mail just recently, and I just wanted to say thank you to a couple of special ladies. One is Judy. I don't know if she's here tonight. Did I see Judy earlier? Maybe I did. And say thank you for the beautiful card she sent me. And the other person was Louise. Louise, your card is gorgeous. And thank you for the beautiful words that you wrote. It means a lot. All right, let me see. Let's see how this goes. I'm not going to push it down hard because I might need to move it, but I want to make sure it's in the right place before I move it down. So I'm putting, how far this is, I'm going to have the same away from this edge as well. And that should work. Yeah, I'm happy with that. Push that down. And then we can stamp our greeting here in the middle. So in the daisy set, we've got this really nice little wishing you the brightest birthday, which is really good. Then we've got a sorry one. We've got you made my day, and your friendship means everything. You made my day is really good here because it's nice, long and skinny. So let's do that. You made my day. Now, my advice to you, if you are using a long, skinny stamp, okay, then what you want to do is you want to set it on the tabletop like I've just done, and then pick it up with your block. Don't put it on the block with your hands. So you pick it up because it's holding its shape nice and straight here on top. But if I put it here, it's really easy to accidentally put it on crooked. Really, really easy because it's long and skinny, and so it kind of warps very easily. But if you put it down, make sure it's straight. And if you want to double check on your grid paper to make sure it's straight, and then just pick it up with your block, you'll get a straighter stamp. All right, I'm going to use my Night of Navy. Oh, actually, I picked up Misty Moonlight, but that's okay. Like I said, the two colors that to me are almost interchangeable. So, so in the inspiration pack is a pack of embellishments. There will be a souvenir from Norway. I know what I'm looking for. I'm going to get them while I'm over there. And there will be some handmade cards. And they're going to be in a nice little bag for you to enjoy as well. So those are coming out to everybody who places an order through my store or with me. If before I leave, it still counts. Any orders count. And there you go. It is how you make a curved greeting. If you want your greetings to curve, absolutely do it that way. Line them up on the block and shape them how you want to shape them. You are right, Nicole. That's correct. All right. So we've got a couple of cards here. 1, 2, 3. I'm just going to leave these other little pieces to the side for now, but we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's not bad for, how long have we been doing this? Since 7:30, so 50 minutes, and we've been chit-chatting, right? We haven't even been totally focused. Well, I haven't been totally focused, let's be honest. All right, so these are some of the dies that are in the set. I really, really like them. This one's actually pushed out better. And I've already pre-cut a few. And I was thinking we could have these appearing. I don't think I want the daisies on this background, but I will want them probably on one of the other backgrounds, possibly this one. Doesn't probably need it. And this one needs a vellum circle. Sorry, but it just does. I don't think Michelle's here tonight. Oh, you're off. Oh, okay, Ellen. We'll see you soon. I'll talk to you during the week. All right. All right, so I want to show you with these dies what is special about these, and what I really like about them is that they layer, okay? So there are several dies. Let me grab the dies for you. I've got some of them already out because I'm cutting up for my class. Let's see if I can bring them in and show you. Right. So I've got one still over on the table. Give me a second. Right. So there are some, for example, this one here, okay, this one layers with this one, but it also layers with this one that's attached to these three. So these three are kind of interesting. You can use them together, or you can use your scissors and split them apart. Okay, so just say I have, this is the one that we're talking about. Okay, just say that I want to layer up this one. This is actually the middle layer. Okay, then there's a larger layer, this one here. You might be able to see this. It's bigger than this one. Can you see that? And then you've got this one that's smaller. So if I wanted to, what I could do is now I've got that tangled up. There you go, get that out. And there's the label that I used on those couple of other cards. I love this set. I love the layering, and to me, that's what makes it really special. You can use them by themselves. I'm going to show you a couple of examples of cards that I've done where I've used them by themselves. So this one, I have the layers. Can you see the layers on here? So I've got one, which is from the set that's all joined together, the three joined together. That's the underneath one. And then we've got a top layer. And the top layer kind of embosses as well as cuts a layer, but it also is embossed. So it's really, really very pretty, okay? So just say I decide I want this little guy. This is one of the smaller daisies. Then this is the one that goes on top of that. So if I bring in my scissors and I cut that off, and okay, there, just like that. Okay, so this one layers, just turn it to the right spot. This one layers on top of this one. Can you see how it forms a layer underneath? So you could have different colors if you wanted to, and like the color underneath would be like a border around the white on top. But then on, as well as that, you've also got this one which layers on top of that again. So that creates a really, really beautiful, let me see if I can get that, really beautiful layered look. Can you see that? And they become really substantial. So that's really fun, that you don't just have the single layer. You can do a card with the single layer, or you can do it with all three, or you can do it, I quite like it just with two. It's a little bit less fiddling around than the three, but it still looks really substantial. And you'll see that I've colored the underneath one. So this one here, I've colored the center of the daisy. That's this one. And then I put the other one over the top, and so you still have the center of the daisy showing. And I like that. Isn't it cool? Daisy in bottom right of the split one. Whoops. Did I do something wrong? Hang on a second. Daisy in the bottom right of the split one. I'm sorry. I'm not sure what you mean. I'm so sorry. I know the sampler pages are really, really cool for quick and easy cards, and that's what we're doing. Quick and easy cards. All right. So this is another die from the pack. I really like that coming out from behind. That's really nice. So I'm thinking this one probably, yeah, okay. I've got a couple of ideas. I do think vellum circle here. So let's try a big one. It's going to cover up some of our leaves, but that's okay. And then we could, if we wanted to, have some daisies on top of that, which would look really rather nice. But if we're going to do that, I feel like we need to color our vellum circle. So let's do that. I'm going to grab a blending brush and my Pretty Peacock ink. And I'm going to pick up some ink. As you can see, there's quite a lot of ink there now. So I'm going to get rid of a little bit of it on the grid paper, and I'm going to start in the middle here and just softly work my way out. And what this does, it just intensifies the color, because when you put it onto this Pretty Peacock background, it just intensifies that color. Okay. And it looks really pretty. We like that. And then if you decide you're going to have these, for example, you'll see that they're kind of coming out, and you can see that bit of color coming out from behind them, and it helps them stand out a little bit more. So for this, I'm thinking I don't have wild wheat yet in a marker because I haven't bought the markers yet, but I'm thinking if I was to use my, let me see, have I got, I'll just find myself a what do you call these things? Water painters. That's them. I'm just going to get, it's got a bit of blue in it. And I'm going to grab a block, just a smallish block, and we'll put some wild wheat onto there. Let's push a little bit of water through so it's not too dark. And I'm going to colour these. And it's kind of a greeny yellow, don't you think? It's got a lot of green in it to me. I'm happy enough with that. We just want that bit of colour in the middle. Right. So if I decide then I'm going to put the second layer over. So here's my second layer of this. Oh, actually, I've got one already here. So I'm going to use Tombow for this, and I'm going to put it over the top of these. And that's going to look really, really good. I'll show you the difference. I don't know if you can see it back that far. But can you see the difference that it makes on that little daisy? So it doesn't look flimsy anymore. It's getting quite a bit of strength to it. So even if you only use 2 layers, I think it's an improvement. I mean, you don't have to use any if you don't want to. And on the card that I made the other day, I actually had one that, just looking here, what have we got? I might need to cut myself a big one and one of, I think I've got one of those. Here you go. This is this little guy. Oh no, that is not that one. So I need to actually cut a couple more of these. This is what I'm going to end up with it kind of on here. And I'll finish this off and put it up after the end of the video. Now, the other thing is, because I'm going to be putting these over the top, it means this is a great place. The center of these flowers is a great place to put dimensionals. So I'm going to put a mini dimensional underneath this little flower. And then, oh, that's right, I still didn't find my dimensionals from earlier, did I? Oh, Cherie would be cross. She'd be saying I was going to make her drink too much again. Oh, give me a second. Let's find them. I've got lots and lots of empty sheets of dimensionals and no full ones. Ah, all right. Better open up the drawer and open up a new pack. Not a problem. There's always more where these came from. One thing I try never to run out of is dimensionals. Very occasionally I get low. All right. Let's pop that in there. Oh, hello, Cherie. You really drink for real? I know. I'm so sorry. It's just that I know you complain when I lose too many things. But I know it's not. I know you're not really complaining. That's okay. I don't take you too seriously. Did you hear my special offer, Therese? Cherie, sorry. Why did I say Cherie? Therese? I don't know. My best friend when I went to school was a Therese, and she moved to Queensland. So there we go. So I'm going to put these on here. So we're getting a little bit more fancy with the cards. Like the first few, we just stuck them down, added the sentiment, and called it done. This one now we're starting to get a little bit more, what's the word? Detailed. Detailed, that's the word. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add another dimensional behind. 1, 2. And I'm thinking maybe another mini. Oop, there it went. I knew I got one out and it flew away. There we go. Take the backs off. And this is going to go on here. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to layer on more of those. Because I think they look. And this is how this is coming together. Isn't it pretty? Like this is just such... Oh, the special offer. Okay, the special offer is I'm going away, and I think most people know this, but I want to make sure I'm still going to have some income while I'm gone. So I'm encouraging orders while I'm away, and I decided to start it a little bit early. So any orders from now until when I get back on the 6th of June will qualify for an inspiration pack from me. So this is in addition, you're going to get this in addition to your supply packs for the June craft along. This is a special extra, okay, and it's just while I'm away plus a little bit before. So from now, but every order over $50, you'll get an inspiration pack, or everybody who orders. So it'll be one per person. And oh, thank you. That's very nice of you to say, Cherie. So the inspiration pack will have some handmade cards that I've made myself. So there'll probably be about 3 of them in each pack. There'll be a pack of embellishments and a special souvenir from Norway that I'm going to bring back for my customers. So I hope that everybody will be excited to order during the time that I'm away for that. All right, and then I'm thinking I would also want to have a greeting. And do I want my greeting to be down at the bottom here? What do you think? Or should I have it? I actually think maybe up the top here. Maybe at the top. I don't know. We could have it just underneath the circle maybe. I don't know. I usually like my greetings at the bottom, but for this one, actually that might be better. What do you guys think? The Pretty Peacock card's your favorite? Oh, you're very welcome. Oh, good. I'm glad you think so. Bottom, says Donna. All right, let's do the bottom. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll stamp in Pretty Peacock ink. And shall we have the Brightest Birthday one? Or shall we have, what are the other options? We've got Oopsie Daisy, so sorry. You made my day. Your friendship means everything, or wishing you the brightest birthday. We haven't done your friendship means everything yet. Shall we do that one? Oh, no greeting, says Linda. I think I'm already, everyone's talking about, Leslie wanted it at the top, but Donna was first and she said the bottom. So, but no greeting is another idea. We don't have to have a greeting. It's a nice card though, isn't it? But I think it'll look even better when I layer this all up. So you'll have to check back. I'll probably put this card up on my Instagram tomorrow, and on Facebook. So if you're a member of my Facebook page, you will see this, or if you follow me on Instagram. All right, your friendship means everything. There we go. That's very pretty. It's a nice font. Just nice kind of little cursive font there. I'm going to pop a couple of dimensionals behind that. Yep, friendship one it is. All right, just like that. There we go. It's looking nice. I mean, I think when I add, can you see how this one is like, looks like it's a bit more detailed. It is more detailed. It's got that extra layer. And I'll do that with those two as well. I'm going to leave the leaves as they are though. All right. All right, so we're getting there. And then this one needs a sentiment, but probably not a lot else, right? Do you guys agree? This one doesn't need a lot. I'm thinking I might go a birthday one for this maybe again. And this time I think I'm going to go with the copper clay because that's the color in the background there. Oh, need to get over it, make sure I got it straight. And I'm going to pop that on dimensionals as well. So yeah, if you were wanting to sit down and make a whole bunch of cards, this paper is your friend. And you know what? I could then turn around and cut up the second sheet because there's 2 sheets of each. I could cut the second sheet of this stuff and it would be, I could make completely different cards. It wouldn't have to be these designs. I could change them. Dottage on the daisies. Ooh. And white ribbon would look good too, Sean, wouldn't it? I didn't hear you. I'm so sorry. Oh, that's so funny. Oh, Wink of Stella. That'd be nice. Yes. Some Wink would be good. We would like that. All right. So this one needs a card base. So let's pop that on. So has anybody thought, if you were thinking, not sure if you like this paper or not, does this help? Does this help anyone to make that decision? Because I think it's really clever that you can make so many cards out of one piece of paper. And it's really clever if you just want quick and easy. Super, super easy. All right, so there's that. There's that. There's this. This one needs a greeting, and I'm thinking possibly a circle here or a square. Actually, a square. A square would be nice. I like that idea on here. Let me see if I have any spares in my box. I do have a, I have a, that's too big and it's going to cover up too much. See, this would be a better if I was going to go with a circle, but I'm thinking I might have a vellum square. I might. Just got to find one. Oh, there's a big one, but that one might be too big. Oh, I don't mind that. And then a circle inside maybe, or a square inside. This. That's a possibility. What do you guys think? Do we like this? I'm thinking what other side, and I could go with a bigger circle if I wanted to, or we have other shapes. We could go, this is one of the something fancy dies. That one would look nice as well. Or we could ditch the vellum square and just have one of these. Good night, Donna. We've lost you. Good night, Margaret. Talk to you soon. Oh, sorry, Sean. Sorry. I love the paper. I'm so happy, Gail. That's awesome. Yeah, I know. Daisies, pansies, and anything purple. Totally get all of that. All of the above. Nope, nope. Stamp onto the vellum. I could. That's always a risky proposition. But I'm not sure about the square. Or maybe just a circle. And we have different size circles. But I think this one would be enough. I've also got this side. Got lots of different shapes we could work with. Nothing has really jumped out at me yet, though. Did the painted labels dies retire? Does anyone know? I can't remember if they did or they did not. Maybe I'll look in the catalogue and see if they're still there, because if they are, I have got a nice die I could use for those. Let's have a look. Yeah, they're gone. So painted labels are gone. I better get rid of those guys then. That's a shame because they were nice. I like those. A small tag. Yeah, a tag would be good actually. I think I used up all the tags I had in this bag the other day for a class, but that's easy to cut. Easy to cut the tag. Very easy. And a tag is good because then I can tie something through the hole at the end. So that might be a good plan. See, this one's already got something on it, and I wouldn't use this one. I would want one to go that way and have my ribbon through here. But I think that might be nice. That would be a good idea, but not with thank you on it, obviously. All right, so I'm going to set that one aside, and it's going to get a tag off camera later. That one needs a ribbon. I agree. This one needs some bling, possibly some. Let's see. I'm deciding where to put. And then maybe this one here. And a little guy up here. That's rather nice with the boho blue bling. What do you think? We like that? So that's there. This one is going to need something. I've got a couple of ideas that I think might work with that, but I'm going to test them out. I'm going to test them. Oh, and this would be nice on here. See, that would be nice. Or that could go on here. No, I don't think so. All right, well, I think we did good tonight. We did a whole bunch of cards. And we played around with a whole sheet of paper and made good use of it. And what do we think? Do we like them? Does everyone like the cards? I'm still playing around, though, with a couple of ideas. There's 5 there. And then we've still got a couple of bits left over. Oh, you're very welcome, Joan. Yes, bling. Of course, bling. Have I got a vertical sentiment? No, I don't. Yeah, the pink one is pretty by itself. I agree, but I feel like I want it to say something. I mean, I could do a small. I thought about a really small label so it doesn't hide much at all of the, like, for example, a label like this. Like either here or probably down the bottom. That might be the go. What do you think? Doesn't cover up as much. That might be the answer. And then this one, I feel like it needs, this one needs a couple of other ideas that I will leave for later. But these ones I'm pretty much counting as done. Oh, and we also have the one that we did with the diagonals. I don't know where that went. It's just totally, oh, here it is. That one needs bling, definitely. So let's do that. You know what? This one needs bling here and here. That's what it needs. So I'm going to give it some different bling. Let's see. Are these too big? Or should I go with a smaller size? There we go. That looks better. Okay, so I'll put a sentiment on this one. It is a great one-sheet wonder, and it's really a very fun, easy way to use up paper, and I'm really glad that they gave us paper like this because I don't remember them doing that. Have they done it before? If they have, was I paying attention? I don't think so. Bit stark, yeah, I know. Perhaps a little blending on it in the yellow, maybe. I'm going to have a little think about that. I feel like it needs something as well. I agree with you. I mean, this is not right, but I feel like maybe a frame of some sort would be good. And I'm just going to have a think about that because I feel like it needs something, but I haven't worked out what it is. Okay, so for anyone who is planning on placing an order, now's a great time to do it. And if you have any questions at all about Craft Along, don't forget it's on next Saturday afternoon at 2 p.m. And we're going to make, it's a completely free thing. You can just follow along and watch, just like these live videos are free. But I hope that I will inspire you to get your stuff out and get creative and enjoy the process, because that's what it's all about, really, isn't it? Okay. All right, guys, have a fantastic week ahead. I hope that you're not too cold wherever you might be and you can get nice and warm. And I will see you, when am I back? Next Friday night. But you'll see you'll see some of these cards and projects going up during the week. So pay attention and you'll see more from me. See you soon. Bye-bye.